Disney drove me away. Let's talk about it. Welcome everyone, I'm Mark. This is the Average Me channel. This is a video I didn't really want to make. As you look around me, you can see I am a real diehard Disney fan, as is my entire family. But recently, Disney chased us away. And I want to talk a little bit about what's happening up there in Orlando. I moved to Florida almost exactly a year ago. And one of the things I thought that I would be doing was spending a lot of time at Walt Disney World. But I've only been there once in the entire past year. Now I understand there's been a pandemic, but it really does go deeper than that. 2 years ago, when the pandemic was first rolling out, I don't know how to say, when it was first happening, I put out a video, and that was in, I guess it was in 2020, about March, and I had a vacation plan, a Disney vacation plan for April. And I made a video and said, I think I'm probably going to go. They say it's 2 weeks to flatten the curve and it'll be all done and I'll have a good time on my vacation. Well, we all know what happened. But Disney, I think they responded poorly. A lot of it had to do with the way that they had things set up, but a lot of it has to do now, I feel, with the way that they want to recover. So let's just talk very quickly about what we're seeing right now at Disney and why they lost me as a customer in favor of Universal Studios. I was an annual pass holder, and at the time I lived in Wisconsin, and you would think now that I live in Florida, boy, would it be even greater, but it didn't work out that way. For one thing, Disney does not allow you to do park hopping. Park hopping means that you can go from park to park to park. There's 4 major parks if you don't count the water parks, right? You have the Magic Kingdom, you have Epcot, you have Animal Kingdom, and you have the studios. So, you know, you could spend a day if you wanted to and spend 2-3 hours at one park, travel to the next. You know, you get free parking with your annual pass, so you can just drive around. It was great. It was an awful fun day. I rarely actually did that, but the point was you could. Now, you're not even guaranteed of getting into one park. I mean, you kind of are, but you feel like you can't because you have to make reservations. And you can't get to a second park until you wait until 2 o'clock and make a reservation and hope that it's not real busy and that park isn't full and isn't busy. And then they rolled out the whole Genie thing, and everybody is walking around staring at their phones, not even enjoying the environment. Well, that Disney Genie is a whole different video. I don't even know if I will do it. There's plenty of Disney vloggers out there that you can learn about Disney from, or about Genie from. But let's talk about what else happened. Even if I want to, now I did not renew my annual pass. The reason being we lost so much of the benefits of the pass that, you know, parks weren't open for a long time. They extended the pass period a little bit. What I wish they would have done is allowed you to just stop it. Whatever time you had left, pick up whenever you went back. They didn't. They extended it by like a month or two. Well, for most people, it didn't help because if you were someone like me and you didn't live there, I lived in Wisconsin, you had to make a lot of plans. You had to take off work and you get the kids out of school and, you know, make your vacation plans, make your flight plans and your hotels. It's not as easy as just, oh, if you tack on another month or two, it's going to make it all up. So when the time came, I did not renew my annual pass. So guess what? Now you can't. If you go there, you have one option, and that is the Pixie Pass. And the Pixie Dust, I think it's called. It's the lowest one. It's the $400 annual pass. It does almost nothing. It's got a lot of blackout dates. You can't even go on the weekend. Well, I live down here in Southwest Florida. It's about a 3-hour drive, three and a half hour drive, I'd say, to the parks. I can't drive that in a night. And if I take some time off, you know, I'm taking off a Friday or a Monday from work and going up for the weekend. Well, with this annual pass, you can't, because you can't use it during the weekends. So in essence, there's no point in buying an annual pass for something you can only use during the weekdays. Well, I work during the week, as do a lot of people. It seems like Disney really is catering now to people that will stay on their grounds at their hotels. And I think it's because they know they can drum up a lot of income that way. They can get people staying at the hotels and buying all their food on property and, yada, yada, yada. But I'm not sure that it's the right path to success, because I'm simply not going to go to Disney now. They took a really dedicated, 30 years I've been going to Walt Disney World, and they've essentially said they don't want my business. They didn't make other passes available, and the one they do have available is not a very functional pass. Now, what happens once you do get in the park? There are so few things available. They don't have parades anymore. They did, you'd think the 50th anniversary would be fantastic. You think it would be just chock full of nostalgia and talking about the past 50 years. They really didn't. They took one fireworks program, they replaced it with something that's almost the same. They just took, songs and things from a lot of the recent movies and just stuck it in. They already had that. They had the Disney college program, and then they had the program where they had representatives from other countries. Well, of course, when the pandemic came, that all ended. So they didn't have their employment base. And I don't think that Disney had really figured out how they were going to deal with that when they lost all those employees. Once again, that's a whole nother video talking about the broken hearts of these kids, that maybe it was their only time in their college career and they got accepted to the Disney college program, and those dreams are dashed. Disney is really not a place of dreams anymore. So much of it is missing. No character meet and greets, no parades, nothing special about the 50th. They don't have, a lot of the really big programs anymore. They did bring back the Raiders of the Lost Ark. I'll give them that. Fantasmic is gone. And again, I know I'm going to get a lot of comments saying, Mark, don't you know there's a pandemic? I get it. I get that there are reasons for that, but they didn't respond really well. Instead, I sense that they responded by saying, how can we get the most money possible from the people that visit us? Instead of saying, how can we create the most magical experience for those guests that come? So what my wife and I decided is we are going to buy a Universal annual pass. Universal is much smaller. It only has the two parks. Well, it has a water park, but it has the two primary parks. I'm not a big water park guy, so I don't really consider the water parks, but a lot of people do. They love them. And when I look at the things that they're doing, they have the Jurassic Park. They have the two Harry Potters. And the rides are a lot of fun. Now, they do have a predominance of thrill rides like roller coasters, which, I'm not big for. I like themed rides more. And for a while it was, Universal doesn't have those, all those characters and those rides and attractions that tug at your heart, because we all have grown up with, the Disney characters. But I don't know so much anymore. They do have Harry Potter, right? And there's a whole generation that grew up with Potter. And they feel, that's a part of my childhood, and that's a part of my life. But anyway, that's a change that we made. We are going to be buying annual passes for Universal Studios. Does that mean that I'm never going to be a Disney person again? Look around me. No. But I'm realizing that we can still get a lot of Disney without having to enter the parks. You can still use a lot of their transportation systems and monorails. You can go to all of their themed resorts. I could go to the Contemporary and have dinner, or go to the bars and have cocktails. I can go to the Polynesian, to the Grand Floridian, to the beach clubs. I can still enjoy all of that. I can go to the boardwalk. You can go to Disney Springs. So there's so much that you can still do without even paying the price of admission. Well, yeah, you pay for it in a way, right? Because you're going to be putting out money for dining and drinking and souvenirs and all that. You're going to do all that. And, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with spending money on a vacation or on a long weekend or whatever the case may be. But throwing good money after bad for an experience that is lackluster and is it magical? That's not something that I want to pursue at this time. So I'll probably experience Disney. What I suspect Disney is going to do, this comes from nothing other than my own supposition. I kind of think they are going to start demanding to see some proof that you're either staying on the grounds or you have tickets or an annual pass before you can get on the transportation systems. I think they're already doing that with the new Star Wars hotel. They're not transporting people there unless they know that you're staying there. And I think it's only a matter of time that they're going to pull away that transportation. Years ago, they used to do that. Before you would get on the monorail, you had to show that, yeah, I'm supposed to be here, I have a ticket and I'm using the monorail for a reason, other than just to get to your hotels, or use a Skyliner just to get to your hotels. I suspect that may be coming back, but until it does, that's going to be my version of a Disney vacation. I've done it before. I did a video, I'll link it here, where I spent the whole day having great fun on different Disney transportation systems, on their boats and their Skyliners and their monorails, and it didn't cost me a dime. So, I feel Disney let me down. I feel Disney chased me away. We're going to give Universal Studios a shot. I've been there. I enjoy it. I like it. I've never been a pass holder, but I will be now, and we'll see how it goes. Maybe a year from now, you'll see me coming back and saying it's time to return to Disney. But the state it's in right now, I don't get the feeling that they're embracing their customer base. I feel they're embracing the dollar. What do you think? Leave your comments down below. As always, I encourage you to like and share the videos. Please like the video by giving me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe by clicking my face in the corner. And we'll see you back here next time.